everyone, welcome to Wow Achievements by Ice Lighting. In this video I'm going to show you me getting gold in the Winter Wander, which is part of the Kalimdor Cup. So this is on the standard, the advanced and the reverse. So if you're only interested in the advanced or reverse, check the comments for a time skip on where those start. So this is the standard, and I've left this one at normal speed so that you can follow along with me. This one actually required me to use quite a lot of vigor, although there are the speed boosts. The vigor you really needed in order to get the time on this one. This one is tricky due to the trees and other objects that are in your way. The first part here, this is the easiest part. When you get down to here, you've got some sneaky columns, and then you need the extra speed, so the boosting, to get up that hill. Now coming back down to it, you really want to have some vigor saved up for coming up, because this is quite a long hill, and there are speed boosts on this version, but the advanced version there aren't any. Down here is the tricky part where you have to go through this arch, so if you're not that great, that may take you a couple of attempts before you can get yourself through that arch. Coming down, you want to be using your vigor as much as possible so that you can get the speed up, and then again this is a hill, so vigor up as much as possible and you should be able to get the gold relatively easily. So on to the advanced. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky. You no longer have your wind buffs, and you're going to have to time your vigor well for this one. Due to the number of hills, if you haven't got enough vigor, you're not going to get up them in the time required. So start off with just your general boosting. Every time that blue light around you starts to fade, that's when you want to be boosting, but you want to hold back at least one vigor because you're going to need it for the hills. So you can see at this point I'm still holding on to one, sometimes two, because I've still got the blue glow. I'm still going at a good speed. There's no new extra objects that are going to be in your way, so just you should remember it from doing the standard one. It shouldn't be a different course for you. So as you come down, make sure you're using the vigors, and as this is one of the hills, so you may need to use both at this point. Try not to. As you can see, mine refilled just in time there. Down here, this is where you're going to need that extra vigor because you've got to get up here. So without that extra vigor that you stored up, that would have been near enough impossible to get the speed on that. Coming down, blow them all because you want to get the speed on the downwards, and then going back up, make sure that you had at least one for that final part there. But if you carried on using them like I'd said just then, it still should have been there. You should have been fine. So onto the reverse. So the reverse is actually a lot easier than the advanced this time. You're basically doing it backwards. So you want to start with using lots of vigor to get down the hill as fast as possible, build up your speed. Now because there's limited vigor on this part, don't go mental because you've got the twist there that can be a bit of tricky. You have got to get up that one, but you should still be holding that vigor, so it should be fine. Once you get to the bottom, you make sure that you are gliding at that point with gaining the blue so that you still are going at speed. So down here, again, going downhill, blow all the vigor. You don't need to store it at this point. It's only towards the end now that we're going to be going back uphill. So blow it all whenever it's available and whenever you feel comfortable. My general thoughts here is if it feels like you should be going faster, then you're doing something wrong and you should be going faster. As you're coming around here, start to be a bit more reserved because you're going to need it for that final part. This is the twisty bit, so just hold on to your vigor but keep going at speed. You'll see here, this is when we're going to start needing the extra vigor for this part here. So plow it through, make sure you can whack it through, and there's the gold. So I hope you found this video useful. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe to see what else I'm up to.